Okay, this review is for the Broadway Concorp Okia 500 RB 500 watt power supply. 4 eggs, good OEM replacement. Pros, great price, plenty of connections for an OEM box. Fan works great, stays cool. Cons, this thing is loud. Like a diesel truck, I can hear it idling down the hall in my house. If you spend a lot of time at your machine, then look for something else. The noise will grate on you. The next review is for the Logitech computer PS480D2 480 watt ATX 12 watt power supply. 1 egg, I should have known. Pros, most agree that this was nice because it's free. Cons, the moment I turned my computer on, it died. The power cable is very loose. It hurt my feelings. Other thoughts. I feel like the guys assembling this must have played baseball with it on their break and then spit on it before it was boxed and shipped. And since it was probably shipped overseas, they dropped it in the ocean on accident and had to go find it 1,000 leagues beneath the sea, where some genius decided it was still sellable. Okay, the next review is for the Broadway Concorp P4 Okia 550 RB 550 watt ATX power supply. 1 egg. Would be great for something from the 90s. Pros. It lasted quite a while, but it was when I was using a considerably outdated computer. Cons. While this PSU worked fine when I was using an extremely outdated graphics card, it pretty much exploded when I added in a modern one. It ran for about 30 minutes without any problem, and then there were a series of loud bangs. I could see sparks coming from my case. When I opened it up, the PSU was smoking, and there was scorch marks all over the motherboard. Ooh, not nice. Other thoughts. There have been quite a few people saying you get what you pay for, but it's not even really worth it for that. You may be getting a PSU for an unbelievably low price, but that doesn't mean much if you have to pay a couple $100 to replace the damaged parts. Okay, the next one is for the Athena Power AP-P4 ATX 42F 420 watt power supply. 1 egg. 14 amps drawn for 420 watts? Pros, how could there be? Collins, surely I had to have misread the specs on this thing. 14 amps, good grief. There are PSUs out here that handle more than twice the output of this one. You do not consume much power to do it. This thing may look inexpensive at first glance, but understand this, you will continue to pay for it every month when your utility bills arrive. Other thoughts. I suppose that if there was a bright side to this, maybe it would be that you can heat your home or toast some marshmallows with this thing. Considering the law of physics that states energy that can neither be created nor destroyed, it is obvious that those 14 amps of power must be going somewhere. They are, and that somewhere is the dreaded place called heat. Heat is, of course, one of the most detrimental elements to the life of all things electronic. Compared to a 500 watt PSU that draws 8 amps, how long can this thing possibly withstand the heat it generates? Upon further consideration, it occurs to me that I've never seen a liquid cooling system for a power supply, but this is an outstanding candidate if something cares to build it. Okay, the next review is from the RaidMax RX-450K 450 watt ATX 12 volt power supply. 1 egg. DOA. And so is the power cable. Pros, it is cheap. By cheap, I mean it was soldered by a 5-year-old in a sweatshop. Cons. PSU worked for 10 minutes. I took a fiber scope to it and saw heaps of corrosion on all internal parts. Several components were not soldered on, and the temperature sensor was wonky, so the fans ran 100% all the time, making it noisy as. Other thoughts. Bought this as part of a combo deal, and Newegg wanted me to return the entire combo to get this thing already made. Okay, here's another review for the same power supply. This is kind of funny. 1 egg. A little fighter lasted 3 years. 450 watts are good enough for up to medium level gaming rig. The $25 is good. Ran my Athlon dual core and X1800 XT graphics card, etc. for 3 years. Cons, it's not free. Less than 75% efficient equals higher electric bills. Should have been at least 8% or above. 450 watts are not enough these days. I upgraded my system to a Phenom 2 quad core and Radeon HD 4850 a month ago. After that month, this PSU died on me while I was playing Halo Online and was in first place as always when this thing died. Rest in peace. Other dollars. So if you got a 100 watt plus quad core or new graphics card, go for a good PSU 600 watts or above and 8% plus efficiency to save on electricity. Not this one. If you still live in the old world, dual core and cheap graphics card, then this is for you. However, I still understand why he gave that thing a 1 egg review. I mean, come on now, $24.99, you get 3 years of life out of it? That's pretty dang good. Okay, next power supply. Diabotech DA series PSDA 250 watt ATX power supply. This has got to be the stupidest little review I've ever seen on Newegg. 2 eggs. The title, power supply. Pros, energy efficiency. Cons, low power. Other thoughts, average product. You call that a review? Come on. Well, that's all the reviews I've found on Newegg over time. There's plenty more out there, I'm sure. Now, for the people who had bad experiences with power supply, I feel sorry for you. But some of your reviews, the way you word them, were just funny enough to be put on YouTube. And there you have it.